Hi everyone, welcome back to Wayno Reacts. I'm Wayno, and HBO's The Last of Us series is this close to releasing on HBO Max, and while the excitement level is through the roof, I think there are going to be some changes to the series that not all fans are on board with. So I want to break those down for you today. This is exactly what I think you can expect from HBO's upcoming The Last of Us adaptation. First things I think is blatantly obvious from the trailers is that we're going to be getting some new characters. That's right, so characters that haven't been featured in either game yet. One good example of new characters we can expect to see is Marlon and Florence. We see Joel and Ellie talking to this couple about going east at one point in the trailer. Also, we know that we have the voice actors that voiced Ellie and Joel in the game in the series as well as new characters, which is extremely exciting for anyone that's a fan of the game. We have Troy Baker, who appears to be a member of David's gang, which is crazy. I can't wait to see how that plays out. And we also have Ashley Johnson, who voiced Ellie in the game. And as far as we can tell, and what most fans suspect, Ashley Johnson appears to be playing Ellie's mother, which is a perfect fit for Ashley Johnson, if I don't say so myself. Yup! Now, in addition to those characters, we'll also get introduced to Frank, who is Bill's partner in the game. Now, we didn't get to see much of Frank in the game, but it looks like they're really going to dig into Bill and Frank's backstory in this, which is something that I actually can't wait to see. Hey guys, real quick, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Do it. Most of the people that watch my videos haven't subscribed, and it really helps me continue to make these awesome videos for you guys. Do it. So please, smash subscribe. And let's continue my list. And speaking of backstories, we already know Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann have expanded the world of The Last of Us and have really taken the time to show us a lot that wasn't featured in the game. Now, in addition to Bill and Frank's backstory, it's very likely that we'll also see a lot of Joel and Tommy's backstory, a lot of which will take place before the cordyceps outbreak even happens at the beginning of the first game. I expect they'll really go into exactly what Joel and Tommy's relationship consisted of before that, and exactly how it evolved after the outbreak. What kinds of things Joel and Tommy had to go through. We know Joel speaks about this briefly in the game, about he had to do some bad things to get through to survive. And I expect we'll see a lot of that backstory, which should explain Joel's perspective on the world moving forward in the game. Now, in addition, I think the series will flesh out expanded backstories for Tess and Marlene, both of which we didn't get to know very well in the game, but really contribute to Joel's character's development. We know Tess is somewhat of a partner of Joel's, at least in the gun smuggling area, but also suspected to be his lover. And I think they'll really flesh out and define his relationship with Tess in the series. And also Marlene's relationship with Tess and Joel, and exactly how she fit in to the grand scheme of things as far as the Fireflies, the smuggling, and the outbreak goes. Now, to piggyback on expanded backstories, we also know we're going to get expanded stories for side characters like Marlene and Tess, and especially Frank. We can really expect to learn a lot more about these characters and how they fit in overall. We'll also see a lot more of Riley and Ellie's relationship, which is pulled straight from the Left Behind DLC. Now, we know the events of the Left Behind DLC plays a huge part in the development of Ellie's character, and I think it'll be really enlightening to see things from another perspective and to get a little more insight on exactly what Ellie went through. And that brings us to the most controversial part of this video, and that's story changes. Guys, like it or not, there are going to be some story changes. This isn't an exact copy of the game just being remade in film format. This is an adaptation, and I think a lot of people struggle with accepting that. I've spoken to fans that are angry that some of the characters have been race swapped or aren't exact depictions of their game counterparts. And in my mind, this is just silly. I personally have complete faith in Pedro Pascal, Gabriel Luna, and Nico Parker to totally do this story justice, even if they don't look exactly like the characters from the game. Minor changes to these characters that adds inclusion and relatability to this story doesn't bother me at all. And why would it bother anyone as long as it doesn't do the story just justice? They're still going to be able to tell a very, very impactful, emotional, similar story as the game. And for me, that's great. I honestly don't have a problem with this at all. Now, we also know, in comparison to the game, the series will have far less action. This is a drama, not an action-adventure series. And for the story to be told in an impactful way, we have to have time to build relationships with these characters. And I think it's absolutely the right decision to take this direction. Guys, this game has way more action in it than probably most people think. If we directly adapted it to the screen, it would be a Fast and Furious movie. Now, we're also going to get more backstory about the cordyceps virus, what it is exactly, the research being done, maybe how to prevent it, but also changes to how the cordyceps virus spreads. Now, some of the big story beats in the game are surrounded around characters avoiding breathing in spores, cordyceps spores, which are in the air in areas of very advanced and highly affected surroundings. This has to do with Ellie hiding her immunity to the virus at some times, and also at other times we see people die from inhaling the spores. Instead, the game will introduce tendrils, which the cordyceps will use to spread and even communicate with each other and work in a hive manner where they're all communicating with each other and can move as a unit, which is pretty terrifying. Now guys, these are some pretty big changes to the characters, pretty big changes to the storyline, and we're going to get a huge amount of additional story that we didn't get in the game, which to me is super exciting. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you okay with the story being different? Small changes being made here and there in service of the story? Or are you a hardcore fan that really wants a direct adaptation of the story in the games? Drop a comment down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos, and as always, I'll catch you back here for more Reaction Action.